Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's Monday. In today's video, we're going to talk about cash envelope living. That is week 3 of our July theme. And what is cash envelope living? It means, how do you live with cash envelopes? How do you use that method? Truly changed the way that I budget. And I love expressing this to other people because I want you guys to know that you're not alone and that you can actually do this. Not only was it completely brand new to me, but when I learned it, it gave me structure, but it also did the job that it is supposed to do. And you know what that is? It helped me control my spending. It made me more intentional with everything that I was doing. So there's just something about using cash that helps people stay grounded versus using your debit card and really staying connected to your goals. Now, hear me out. When I first started this journey, I had no clue what cash envelopes was. And in fact, I had a very hard time adjusting. And I want to explain to you the reasons, or I want to explain to you what the system is. What is the purpose of this? Okay. The purpose of cash envelopes is to help people that often overspend in different areas. It's to help people not overspend. So a lot of times when we are so used to using our debit card or a credit card to swipe, which is very, very easy, and there's really not much thought put into it, right? So it's easy to do. And so when you're using the cash envelope system, you are learning to budget in these areas. Now, don't think that they're not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But it is. We often overspend in groceries. We can overspend in all of these different areas and categories that you have right here. But I want you to really think outside the box as to how they can help you. Okay? And if you are struggling in this area, then start today. The highlighter method. And I'm not going to dive deep into this part, but if you're asking me and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I really would like to use this cash envelope system so I can stay under budget in groceries and in these areas, and I really just don't know how much I spend, then what I want you to do is print out your bank statement for 1 month, like the previous 1 month. Grab some highlighters and just really go through your bank statement with a highlighter and highlight all of the groceries transactions in pink. Highlight all of your gas in blue, and highlight all of your eating out with another color, and do the same for online shopping. So what happens is once you're done highlighting all of it, you're going to total it up and you're going to see how much you spend on those categories for the month. You can also divide those by 4 so you could see technically what you spend per week. It's a great tool. It's not only a tool, but it's really an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener for you to see how much you're actually really spending. It's being aware with your money and just really, really managing your money the way we should be. And sometimes we live in a fast-paced life, and so a lot of times we are just always busy. We're in a hurry, we gotta go, and sometimes you just gotta take a step back and make a cup of tea or coffee and just really sit down and ask yourself, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to live paycheck to paycheck, or do you want to live a little bit more comfortable? Budgeting, like the categories that we're talking about, like groceries, gas, eating out, beauty, household. So all the categories that I have here are very, very user-friendly, and they will help you because I want you to think different today, okay? So we have groceries, household, eating out, beauty, gas, and miscellaneous. Groceries is just that. It's your groceries. Household is everything that pertains to your house, whether it's cat food or cleaning supplies, cat litter, trash bags, toilet paper, all that kind of stuff. Eating out is just that. Eating out, coffee, beauty. Now, this is a category I want you to understand that. Oh, and then we have gas, transportation, beauty. Beauty is self-care. Anything, nails, hair, pedicure, getting some clothes, buying a pair of shoes, anything that is for you is self-care. Self-care falls under beauty. And then miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is anything that you want it to be. Miscellaneous is anything. And that's what makes it so awesome, because when you put more money in your miscellaneous envelope, and by the way, I have a special video that you guys can watch on that topic, on the miscellaneous envelope, so take a look at that. But in this video, we're talking about cash envelope living. So it's living with cash envelopes. It's trying to stay consistent, try to pay attention to your goals and the reason why you're doing this. Like, what is your why? And sometimes we have to take a step back and we have to really take a look at what we are doing. You don't have to worry about anybody else. And I know it's summertime, but guess what? Summertime, it goes by really fast. And at the end of the day, would you rather have money? Would you rather be able to go to bed at night with not stressing and pulling your hair out and being like stressed about stuff? I mean, I personally would rather do that. When you start your cash envelope system, that's one of the things that you need to do, is really printing out your bank statement so you can kind of see how much you're actually spending. So this is that question. So then you're going to say to yourself, okay, all right, I printed everything out. Wow, I spent a lot of money. So the next question that you want to ask yourself is, what is the budget that you really want to stick to for groceries or any of these categories? And then that's what you do. So every week when payday comes, you get your little sticky note, you get your stuff, and you're like, okay, what we're going to do is for groceries, I'm going to take out $175 or $150 or $180, and you have your list. And for gas, I spend $40 a week. If I'm traveling, it's more. But these are things, as you continuously do this, you are going to get better and better and faster, and it doesn't take that long to do. Okay. And eating out, I don't do because I am working out. So because I'm working out, that money is really going to that. In beauty, I do like to get my nails done. I get my hair done every month. I need to trim, or I need to get my gray hairs filled. We also like to buy clothes. Now, these are your main envelopes, okay? These are just your main basic envelopes. If you are looking at like what I just said, like clothing, like Christmas, holidays, like birthdays, vacation, like there's so many sinking funds, it's ridiculous that I can't even list them. Everybody's situation's different, and so you might want to save for a new baby, you might want to save for a new house, you might want to save for a new fridge. Okay, so you get the idea. And so it's fun. It makes it fun. It's challenging, and you are really in control of your money. So you go to work, you get paid. When you get paid, you're now in control. You're like, you know what? Okay, this is what we're spending on groceries this week. Bam. You put the money in here. Once it's gone, it's gone. Household. What do you roughly spend? Not everybody has to buy paper plates every week, but that's why you go through your cabinet. And you're like, okay, so I need trash bags. That's why the Notes app is really handy, because you can list the things that you need to buy, go through your cabinets. You're like, okay, I need trash bags, I need cat food, paper plates, and etc. Make your list, go through everything, check it. Trust me, you'll see like the difference and how you can save so much more money versus just going and swiping. So that is the gist of it. I just wanted to quickly, I'm quickly talking about this because we are on week 3, and it doesn't matter what week we are on. I want people to understand how to do this. And so I know that this is a hard topic for people. Like a lot of people, they struggle with this. So if you are interested in doing it and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all 6, I want you to do at least one. You start off with one envelope, and you do that envelope like you are doing all of them. Be serious. The difference between the cash envelopes and sinking funds is that the cash envelopes are every week, And the sinking funds you can still do weekly, but it's a little bit different. I really need to change out my binder. Like for example, this one here. This is my holiday binder, and in here, when I have money, I like to save money in the different holidays. Well, we've been saving since January, and all of the holidays we did New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and 4th of July. So all of these I already saved for, and I already used the money. So now I'm saving for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Christmas. And I always save for birthdays, okay? And every time you get paid, you set a little bit of money aside, whether it's $5, maybe $10. If you can afford, you know, $3, trust me when I tell you, it helps when the time comes and a holiday comes or a birthday comes, it helps. So definitely get the holiday binder. If not, get the envelopes. But this is something that you should really work on. When you're using the holiday binder, and adding money to your sinking funds, you're doing it when you can do it, okay? But for cash envelopes, you really want to get in the habit of doing this every week. So when you get paid, this is what you're focusing on. So before you get paid, you sit down and this is what you're going to ask yourself. So I have these sticky notes, but I also have these sticky notepads as well. And this is a cash breakdown. So here's your cash, these are cash envelope sticky notes. And basically you can list out, these are the categories. And then I write over here what I want to take out of the bank. And I list everything out. I plan it. I go home, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I need? Roughly an idea of how much do I typically spend. You know, it doesn't mean just because I take 160 that maybe I'll use less, okay? And so you want to give a rough idea of how much you're going to spend. And so when you go to the bank, you can use the cash breakdown where you're getting smaller denominations. When you get smaller denominations, you can stuff multiple, like a lot of envelopes, like your cash envelopes, or if you're trying to save for your sinking funds, or maybe saving challenges. If you're brand new and you don't want to, you don't really need to worry about that right now. But when you do have lower denominations, it's easier to stuff your envelopes versus just having all 20s. Hopefully that makes sense. So you want to really just get in the right mindset so you can really focus on your situation, your finances, how much you spend in these areas. And just start, like I said, if you don't know, you can either, do a test run, pull the money out. I kind of spend about $150 to $200 on groceries. Just write things out, grab your money, put it in, and start. Trust me. You'll never look back. It does take a little bit of time, but sometimes good things take time. If you're looking at, like I said, lowering your budget in these areas, like trying to save money so you can have more money for other areas, then this is a really great system to do, the cash envelope system. That's why I talk to people about, only carrying what you need. Do that. You can borrow if you want to from the other envelopes, meaning like you can say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to eat out. I'm going to use it. So you can do that. It's fine. But I just want people to get overwhelmed. Just carry what you need with you. Try not to borrow from other envelopes because you probably will need it. Need the other envelopes. And weekly, every week you should check in with yourself and restuff them every week. You should have a consistent plan that you sit down and really work on your finances or your budget planner and stuff. Keep a tracker, keep a log right on here, what you're spending. And so you can see that history. You can see the history of the amounts that you're spending. So that's also really very good. Now, guys, I need your help because I don't know what color or what planner to change into. So leave me a comment below and let me know which planner you want me to move into. I'd love to hear it. All right, so this is my cash binder I keep at the house. This is my on the go. These are the the list. This is the grocery list and the task list and things that you need, but the envelopes are here. So you take the money that you need out of your cash binder, you put it in your on-the-go wallet, and you go do your chores. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and it's fun, it's exciting, especially when you are staying under budget and you're like, oh my goodness, I did it. I spent, under 160 and I was able to do this and etc. These are small wins. These are very important and they should not go unnoticed. You should let people know. Learning how to use cash envelopes is a very big deal. Taking them out of your binder, putting them in your on the go, and staying under budget is amazing. So give yourself credit. I always like to add more money under miscellaneous. Okay, now the way that I get ahead, the way that I keep getting ahead is I always have like $300 to $400 in my miscellaneous envelope. And it has helped me. So the miscellaneous envelope has helped me tremendously. Back a couple years ago, a very long time ago, I was working my corporate job before I started my business, and I was trying to think outside the box as to how can I get ahead. And anyways, I thought if I add more money to my miscellaneous envelope, this is what's gonna keep me ahead. So what I mean by that is the more money you have in here, I don't care if you have 500 or you have 1,000, it's good because you have these other areas like your groceries, household, eating out, beauty, and gas. But miscellaneous is anything. So if you did not plan to go out this weekend and your daughter's like, I want to go to the drive-in, I want to go to the beach, I want to go do this, or I need clothes, and you didn't plan this week for any extras, this is a perfect opportunity for you to use your money in your miscellaneous. So we need to be intentional with our finances, okay? School is going to come up again right around the corner. I know I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, August comes very quickly, and then you have to buy school stuff, you have to buy books, and you have to do a lot. And if you don't plan for it, you're just going to be chasing again. You're going to be charging and using the money that you probably didn't want to use or had that money being used for something else. So it's really about planning, and just honestly, it's just planning. If you buy Christmas gifts, start saving for Christmas. Make your life easier. It really works. It's so much better. It is so much better. Plan your week, plan your trips, plan going to everything you do, you plan, okay? Everything you do, you plan. It really does help, okay? I'm just trying to help you. The grocery list, we have these here. You can use anything. You can use a scrap piece of paper, but write out the things that you need. Go through your cabinets, take a look at everything. It's really important, okay? Okay, so I'm not gonna keep going on. I do wanna show you guys one more thing. Budget planner, these are listed for $12. So they are lowered, and I'm not sure people really understand. This is such a game changer. It's a really nice planner. You have your weeks. The budgeting section is super minimal, so check it out. Again, they're $12, okay? We are coming out with the same planner for 2026 in addition to a horizontal weeks with a gold coil. So we have two that we're going to be making, but this one is identical. We still have 6 months left, so $12 is really not a lot. So take a look at it if you're interested. Another thing for me, when I stay organized, I use my Google Calendar. I write in my budget planner, the one that you just saw, and then I also have a notebook where I literally write a running list of stuff. I keep going, and this is almost done, and I'll just go on the other side and write everything that I need to do. So anything, brain dump, anything just goes here, okay? You can weed it out after, okay? Like all of this is highlighted. Anything that you have to do is where you just keep on writing it, and then just highlight or check off when you're done. This is in addition. This could be just a brain dumping notebook. So I don't care what I have that comes in my mind, I'm gonna be writing it down. You grab your notebook, set up your cash envelopes, and set up your on-the-go wallet. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys below. What planner should I move my cash envelopes into? This is the new home buyer's binder. So if you guys are buying a house, look no further. I have some envelopes for you that you could start saving. So these binders are the classic collection binders. They are new, and we have them in gold, and we also have them in silver. 4 colors, by the way. So we have black, pink, taupe, and a beautiful cream. So this is the home buyer's binder. It just has a dashboard, which is a very like aesthetically pleasing home buyer's binder. You have a set of 12 envelopes, down payment, closing costs, home inspections, property taxes, moving expenses, furniture and decor, repairs and renovations, homeowners insurance, emergency fund, appliances and essentials, HOA fees and maintenance, miscellaneous. And then you have 2 sheets of task list. They're front and back, and you just have like a little pocket. But it's good for anyone. We also have the envelopes separately, but I hope you guys like the binder. Take a look at it. You know, this is a good, this is another great goal for people, and you can start little by little. Week 3 for cash envelopes. But I always over talk, and I always talk about being organized, getting organized, using your budget planner along with your cash envelopes, incorporating saving challenges, and I could literally talk for like an hour here. So if you guys want me to do another video on part 2, let me know. I would be more than happy to. All right, guys, I hope you have a great night. Bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and say hello below. Bye.